taken down.
Taken down right now at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Over the middle, complete to Judy. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Here's Jackson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll look to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Open man here is Conklin. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 7. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Dolphins 14, Ravens nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Peppers. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermittent. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. He'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders, it's not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
Ravens nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points. You're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
2nd and 11. Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Back to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Dolphins 28, Ravens nothing. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 2nd and 3. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And going right back to Walker.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. It's 2 seconds on the clock.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And some space here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Jackson to throw. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
And now here's another interception. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A solid stiff arm. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. On the left side, he finds Beasley.
Down inside the 10.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The end result, 21 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami.
Kenneth Gainwell, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Running left is Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he gets it down to the 32.
77 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he rifles one incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston.
Slant pass to Boyd.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw, Winston.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Then he finds Beasley complete. And some room to work. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. Down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
65 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Straight ahead, it's Gamewell.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. A 1st down throw for Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, it's Winston.
He's got Cole on the slant.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.